Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. You all know the vocals of Amy, right? Tremendous young woman. And if you listen to this program once in a while, I would play this song in particular, Champion, I enjoy. Really speaks to me as well, and I hope it speaks to our young people, to all of Trinidad and Tobago, that resilience, that strength. We are all champions in our own right. The ability through difficulty to forge forward, to manage all the challenges of life with a smile sometimes, right? And we give thanks to Almighty God for that tenacity, resilience, and ability. Sometimes, yeah, it's hard, and we had to express it, whether it's through the shedding of tears or communicating with someone. But I know it is tough for many of us. We all go through it in one way or the next. And, I just want to say love and respect to those who forge forward regardless, right? And those who need a little help, reach out, talk to somebody, because it can become overwhelming. Hey, people going through it, people are going through difficulty. I try to do what I can, and what I can't do, manage mentally as well, because it could be a strain mentally if you take other people's challenges as well, right? And some human beings are built that way, or socialized, brought up the way that they care, and that in itself is challenging to cope with other, not just yours. You already have your crosses to bear, as they say sometimes, but then even others, and to feel for others. So we have to take care of ourselves and be able to manage that part. Of course, we do all that we could do and beyond. We do all we can do and beyond, but sometimes we can't. And, we do our best, and we leave the rest to God. All right, so I really wanted to play that one. I was looking for Dwayne Bravo's new song, right? Coach Dwayne Bravo, sport ambassador, right? Second leading wicket taker in the CPL, because Sunil Narayan passed him last game. Tremendous athlete and representative for Trinidad and Tobago, and the entire Caribbean, for matter of fact, as well. I wanted to find his new offering. He have a new song out, but it's not on YouTube yet, man. And while searching, there's plenty music he have out there. I mean, of course, the biggest of all is his tune Champion, but I thoroughly enjoy this offering from Amy, which is also called Champion as well. And we look forward to TKR playing this evening. I know everybody looking on, well, the cricket fans, that is. I know we have a bated breath. I know we are hopeful that we're able to overcome St. Lucia and go into what should be, I say, that is a proper final, right? In Guyana again. Hopefully, if we could pass this hurdle tonight, a proper final. We send in some representatives from TNTech across as well to ensure that them lights stay on. And yeah, it would make a hell of a game. We big up our sporting athletes are on the lips of every Trinbagonian: Keyshawn Walcott, Jareem Richards. I include Akil Hussain, who has been selected as the captain of West Indies T20 team. You know, tremendous job representing us to the max, right? Flying that flag high on the world stage, coming home with that gold and silver. Keyshawn's story in particular, well, not even in particular, because Jareem's is similar as well. You know, that resilience over time and that ability to come back and do it again, you know, it's tremendous. It speaks towards themselves and that inner strength as well. And I wanted to just touch on that point of passion and strength. That passion is something that drives us beyond to excellence, right? A certain attitude and energy and passion that we put into what we do. So we saw that passion manifest itself in a little bit of a attitude or expressed by Nicholas Pooran in the last TKR game, right? He was upset and you saw the passion expressed, maybe not controlled to the way that to the extent that it should be controlled. But I wanted to just touch on that point, right? That passion harnessed in the right way is what breeds excellence. And that passion that I saw in Nicholas Pooran is a passion that I would have seen when looking at our old clips and listening to our old West Indian greats. It is a passion. It is a fire. It is a fire that once you are able to harness it, it is the fuel, is the ability to go beyond. And I was tremendously happy to see it. I know he have it in him, because he would not be where he is in the world today. For those who under rock sleeping and don't know, Nicholas Pooran is rated as one of the best T20 batsmen in the world, right? Franchises running down Nicholas Pooran like that, just as they had run down, and you know, our other greats, Pollard. And again, a next one who have it in him, if you all understand what I'm talking about. That passion, that fire, that to rise to excellence, you have to be able to harness in a proper way. And of course, it scorched beyond what it's supposed to scorch that game, right? And he give the umpire some words and some looks that only our Caribbean mothers does give us when they're going to cut with tail, right? He gave the umpire some looks there. But he was mature enough as well in recognizing his fault to also apologize, you know, on that day when he cooled down as well. And then we had the experience and the guidance from Bravo as well, right? Coming on and holding that passion back. You have to have it in you, and you have to be able to manage it and to utilize that fire, you know, to reach to excellence. So when we see our youth at times who have that fire in them. It is not so much about extinguishing that fire and beating them down, but it is teaching them to harness it in a proper manner. And I'm saying that one of the missing elements in us as a people arriving at excellence at a greater propensity, even more, is that absence now of that fire, that passion. Money and the desire for pay and whatever, that can light that fire. You have to have within you that drive to perform, that drive to achieve, that self-belief that I am a champion, that I am great, that I love is a love for yourself as well, not a selfish love, but a love for yourself, a belief in yourself. And we are all great. As human beings, we are all great. So tremendous. I was pleased. I went red again. I don't overdo the red, right? But I feel like wearing red every day. And we have the pride now, and we have that honor of thinking of how we're going to celebrate now those achievements as the international commentators on their lips. Trinidad and Tobago, a excellent day for Trinidad and Tobago, with two medals. Excellent day for us, and we celebrate it. I wanted to also put out to us, because obviously contemplation on how to celebrate those medals is taking place. And I heard you talk about, holiday. I want to know what Trinidad and Tobago thinks about that. I want to know what Voices on the Street 91.9 FM, all they tell me what they think about that. Personally, too much holidays, right? Personally. I mean, I know we enjoy it, I know, but in my opinion, it's not up to me, obviously. It is not even just up to our leaders alone. It should be born out of some type of consensus as well. I celebrating it. I am happy, beyond jovial. But I know that holiday, I think it's too much holidays now, right? That's just my opinion. Maybe we should try to find some other way. Of course, we celebrate it in our homes, in speech, and whatever else. Who knows, maybe a little award for these individuals. Alright, if it have award still, I think Kishon already have one. But I don't know. Y'all tell me in terms of that one, in terms of holiday. 3420081 4665391. Let me see if we could decide on 91.9 FM this morning if a holiday is the right way. I say no. Right? Forgive me for those who love their holiday. I know people in Trinidad love our holiday. Right? But nah. And of course, as I open the newspaper, front page is Kishon Walcott, right, with his gold medal in hand, and a Grenadier next to him as well, right? So big up to Grenada as well. Has Grenada or Suriname. I see in the star and I see in the colors. The colors are somewhat similar as well. So, again, blessings to those individuals. And of course, they litter the front pages, right? Another one inspired by Kishon, right, Dream? I don't know if he said he was inspired by Kishon, but he ran a race as one inspired. Just at the end there, if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride, right? But just a little bit more kick at the end there. Middle lane is, inner lane is tough sometimes as well, but doing a hell of a job. And of course, congratulations to Botswana getting their first medal in, I don't know if it's just that particular event or if it's their first medal at that stage. But yeah, congratulations to them. And also third place as well, right? So Trinidad was sandwiched in between that African country. Congratulations to them. So almost the whole online paper, boy. I had to search for some other news, but there is some other news that I do want to touch on when we come back from the break. You know, we have to mind our business as Trinbagonian, and a major part of our business is gas and oil, and we have seen some developments there, and I just wanted to share my opinions and maybe hear some of the opinions of our callers on that. Of course, we also have an apology by our new Attorney General to Mr. Brent Thomas. I don't know if that apology will do much to curb the litigation that we are going to face as a country, and the money that we are going to have to fork out to compensate him for that regrettable, foolish event that took place. But we will get back into it as soon as we come back from the break. Let's pay some bills, right? Let's take the ads. So stay locked on. We'll be back shortly.
Bills on the Street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Cricket fans, it's time to smash hunger for 6. This CPL season, chase the crunch with KFC's. Boundary Bucket, 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 crispy tenders, and 4 mouth-watering sides just for $139.95. This offer is available via the KFC, TTT, AP, or in-store kiosks. So pad up, download the KFC TTT app, or click the kiosk to order today. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
What are you doing?
Big D, big fun, TMC, so we big on the ground. The big nation, cause they don't know we will be crowned. Say where you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We a big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we hold our vibe, and let we join together because KFC is life. It's a big deal.
Say where you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We a big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. So some people are already starting to weigh in with their responses, their views on whether we should have a holiday or not. I just heard it mentioned as an option. It's not that the government has indicated that they are going to have a holiday or not, but they're contemplating how to celebrate Kishon's achievement and also, of course, Jerim's achievement, which by extension is also ours, yes, and we celebrate it and we are pleased with their efforts. But at the same time, productivity is essential. We have a lot of holidays. Trinidad is sweet like that, and we don't want to overdo. We know that too much of a good thing and all is a problem. I just want to say really special good morning to Brother Shamsuddin, right? Tuned in. Respect and love to him as well. So let me hear your views. So Alana says, to me, no, especially when it's school time, right? And I have to agree, right? A little too much. We already blessed in that way. Almost too much. Let's make it a productive one still. Let's find another way. Or I might find my suggestions might be boring, or if I might want to dedicate some money to the poor and disenfranchised in their name. You know, if they have charities or something, I'm sure Kishon must have a charity. I'm sure maybe even Jerim. I might want to donate some money to their charities to assist others, you know. So, all I go like my suggestions. People might call in and say they want the holiday, but yeah, apart from those very, very distinguished achievements, I just wanted to go into some other news, right? And in particular, I was reading about the bid rounds that have taken place. I'm looking for the article. Like I said, if the front main part of the newspaper is only pictures of our athletes, right? Our two athletes. So you can't help but smile. But also the money to make the awards and the money to give them, if we give them some type of monetary reward or encouragement, it had to come from somewhere. And all you all are well aware of what is taking place in our country as well, in terms of economics, in terms of the challenges that we have. We also have to meet a tremendous commitment very soon. So I was listening to our finance minister, Mr. Tanku, being interviewed. Maybe it was last night, but I had a glance at the interview, and he would have indicated that public servants are going to be able to, get what has been promised, and in fiscal 2026. So I know many of us were celebrating that indication directly now from the finance minister. I don't think this one is a mistake, or he had made a little mistake some time ago. Let me forget that. But nah, this one song in 100%, and that is tremendous for working class people, for entrepreneurs, for businesses. There will be some type of injection of capital into that sector of the society, right? The working poor, some of us, right? The struggling class, right? We call it working class, but it is a struggle with the cost of living, and it is a struggle with inflation. So this is an absolute positive step. It is something that really contributed greatly to the determination of the last election, because people understand that impact, and our former administration dealt with workers with a certain level of disdain, and it is one of the most influential motivating factors that would have driven people, especially working class people, away from that administration. So we are thoroughly pleased. We look forward to it coming into effect. We know that it has a cost on our society as well, on our economy, on our government, so to speak, on what we have, because it is additional spending that needs to be found and allocated. It can be also spending that is redirected from other areas. So we understand all of that, and we are pleased with that element of progress in our society. So I'm sure some more of our workers this morning on hearing that are celebrating. I felt really pleased to hear that as well. There is the other matter, of course, where the money comes from generally, and if we understand how our oil and gas industry works, we would have heard about bid rounds where certain areas, certain acreage, if you want to call it that, certain areas, if it's offshore in our sea, in our territory, but off of the land, is divided into blocks. So it's like a square footage, an area is named, and then those areas are offered for bids, right, by anyone. I don't think there's a limitation to who can bid, and those bids are then considered by our government. We have the undertaking by the minister, Mr. Ernesto Kiza, right? Blessings, my brother, my comrade as well, to ensure that those bids are viewed and considered within 3 months' time. He understands as well, obviously, and has indicated how important it is to have the process in a quick manner, so that even the companies that are bidding in the future will understand that we are diligent in what we are doing. We had 4 bids out of 21. I don't know why I'm not seeing the article on the front page. I probably have to search for it specifically, but because I have read into it, I can recall. My brain's still working, right? Not as good as my children and the younger ones. I heard them singing the alphabet in Spanish, and I was amazed. You know, they probably listened to it a couple times, and that's it. It's stuck with them. But mine's still working pretty well. So those bids would have come in, and they are going to be considered and then accepted or not accepted. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Ford. How are you, my brother?
Hey, morning. I'm good. I'm looking down to see who it is on the phone when you say my brother.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. I don't want to throw cold water on what the finance minister have said.
Right.
But when you have a debt to pay, it doesn't mean to say that you will give all at once. Eh?
Yeah.
If I borrow $1,000 from you, I could say to you that I cannot give you the whole $1,000 right now. But I could give you 500 now and 500 next week, as the case may be, until I finish pay. I don't think that the government is in a place right now to pay that whole 10%. As far as I am concerned, people might disagree, but that's as far as I'm concerned. So I think in the budget, he may make an attempt to pay, but not the whole 10, but some now and some later, because I don't think that they're in that position to pay the whole. That's my point, Mr. Ford.
Yeah. Hey, if I could get your opinion, holiday or no holiday for the accomplishments of Jeremy and Kishon Oregon. Good morning, brother. Welcome. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. Holidays, Baka.
Holiday or no holiday? Holiday?
Holidays, boy. 2 holidays, boy.
2? Oh God.
Gold and silver, boy.
Hey, but in the future, when people like us govern, we're going to get 10 and 20 gold, you know. So how we go manage that when we set this precedent? We had to put in one. Even if it's a holiday, it can't be 2. It had to be 1.
Yes. I'm being sarcastic. Just appreciation that is gold and silver one time now, boy. After 13 years now, boy.
Yeah. I just get in trouble too. Don't worry.
Yeah, but we have to have a march out and a salute.
Right.
Why is he walking down, coming down from the PRCO? We have to do that to show the appreciation, and it's a motivation to the rest of children who are to go up there to win the medal forward. You understand? It's a motivation always. You have to get the motivation. And forward for 13 years, the brother throw the first one we throw in 13 years ago and win goal, you know.
Yeah.
I say the white man, the governor him down, you know. Don't want him to win again to make him Superman, boy, because he could have win it right through, you know, Baka. And I know the reason why he didn't win it. I know because of PNM he didn't win it, and when Kamala come in, he threw it, boy. He make me feel proud by us, boy. I don't know by us, boy, but
blessings, yeah, man.
And the payment for the 10%, I wish the goodly lady do it. Starve all away, but pay the public servant back, because why they go do that 10 billion to stimulate the economy, you know? Because in about 2-3 months, that money will go back to the businessmen and them hand, you know.
Yeah.
And they go circulate and push the wheel, you know, back. Thank you, boy, brother, boy. I find they should get it and do it now, boy, because it needed to ease the pain in the country right now. That 10%. They should pay that 10 billion on the population, yeah. Thank you, boy. And proud, we have to have that match and salute for that brother, boy. He make me proud. Thanks. Yeah, bless you.
All right, blessings, man. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, brother Fuad. How you going?
I day not too bad at all, and you?
Are you okay, brother? Are you okay? Blessings as usual, man. Blessings. Good conversation. In terms of absolutely without a doubt, I believe our national athletes they deserve recognition for the work they would do. In terms of a public holiday.
Holiday? You're saying holiday then?
Honestly, realistically, a holiday is something to be considered because that have long-term effect, but without a doubt, we should find some way to celebrate them, recognize them. Maybe not a public holiday, but recognize the day.
Right.
Sure.
Right. But for sure, you know, we in the airport. That's not a problem. You know, we giving them that welcome as they come back. That is Trinbagonian. That's the love that we have. But I just wondering if to the extent of a public holiday. But so you say no or yes? Which one? Or in between?
In between. I mean, we should note the dates on the calendar. But in terms of it being a public holiday, let the professionals consider that, right? But I hope we really appreciate not just the moment, but the work it would have taken to make that, you know, it's 13 years of work this man put in. It's a certain number of years of work during Richardson point, and it's a daily work now. Same way how you do daily work, same thing, same way how a lot of us do daily work. I think we should really shine that light on the work it would take to reach that point.
Yeah.
And, as I close real quick, the oil and gas sector you was talking about, I saw something on TV not too long ago that they say wind could power about 21% of Trinidad's energy, and I found that interesting. And I know they're working on the solar farm in Brechin Castle, I believe. So when I saw the wind could power and assist, I think things like that, it should be more of what we see on the news and be abreast with that. So, you know, that's my little contribution. And one last point real quick. I think they should advise the nation on the news, once again, the public media platforms, about the current financial status of Trinidad. So and advise ways in terms of us as Trinidadians, how we could assist in our small little ways in reducing the cost of the government so that they could do more progressive works and boost the economy. So thank you very much for your time. Those are my contributions, and I continue to listen, and as usual, kindly keep up the good work you're doing.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. So I think we have one for, one against, one in between. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Ford.
Hey, welcome, Mr. West.
Yes, with respect to that first question you asked with respect to the holiday, I know that we have a lot of holidays, you know, and some of them, you know, you really, to my extent, and just in my opinion, you know, they're somewhat useless. But I'm saying, yes, we need to celebrate, and this is just my opinion, you know, and people, I don't want anybody, just like yourself, I don't want to, you know, stipulate anything. If people want it, they want it. As you said, they have to discuss it within parties and whatnot. And probably we could use the Wednesday, the same Republic Day to celebrate. But, I mean, that is just my view. And I'm not hard and fast on it. If the people want to celebrate, well, you know, give them the opportunity. If they want a day, well, it's up to them.
Yeah, I like that. It is along the same lines. It can be incorporated easily.
Yeah, because like you goodly says, I think about productivity and that kind of thing. And you know, sometimes we have so many idle days in the year.
Yeah. We had some long ones as well. We had a couple long weekends this year.
Yeah.
We get through already. You rush earlier. But you know how it goes.
But I don't want to debar anybody from their
from their views.
To celebrate.
Yeah.
With respect to, I mean, that between itself there's a lesson to be learned from that, especially with Keyshawn Walker. Shows the question of perseverance and the fact that you will have challenges in your life, you'll be up and down. And you need, as you discussed over the past 2 days, you spoke about people have to stick in there, they have to, move on despite what may be, in their way and, move on. And one of the things that was striking to me was the fact that he said, when he said this he's happy to have win this medal for his country. That is patriotism. So I'm saying when he went out there on his mind, he also had the question that he had to do something positive for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I looked at that, very seriously, and I looked at it in terms of you need to lift the spirit of the people in this country, and also it augurs well for it shows how disciplined he was over the years, despite the fact that he was on the international circuit, because he'd been involved in sport heats and meets throughout the world. He wasn't idle and sitting here in Trinidad and Tobago. He was always on the go. He's a professional. He's a top athlete, right? And when you're on the international circuit, it means that you topper. And you look at the people who he competed against, the top athletes in the world, javelin throwers in the world, and Jordan Richards also. So I'm saying that the victories of high quality, and we ought to treat it as it is. And I want to congratulate both athletes for their performance and whatnot. With respect to the economy, as you said, the payment of, you see, I always say that when you get into the business of governance and you talk about the budget and all that, the budget is a political statement. I probably might have said it before. And you have to take into account the social, needs of the people. You have to think in terms of it in a political angle also, because if you don't deliver, yes, and also the economics. But the thing about it is that you have to show a balance. You have to think about those people who, the same workers, the vulnerable, the poor and all that. So you don't come and think only in terms of economics, and whether you have, how much money you have and how much money you have to put there. And you have to consider all these things, because it's going to affect your political longevity. It's going to affect in terms of social stability in the country. So all these things must be factored in. And I think that people must understand in this country is that people have ideas in terms of how the economy must run. And Tanko, as a trained economist, should know that. And in fact, he's trained in that way. Because if they would apply certain economic measures, it may not work. And in fact, they did not work. And he would have measures that he would determine that he would consider to be best for the country. So you don't follow in the template. You have to manipulate the various measures to get the desired outcome, which is best for this country. So some people expect that what India did over the last 10 years, I don't think in any country where you had a Minister of Finance performing so poorly, and where in fact the economy, that is the engine, Ministry of Finance of the economy, and bring it to this level, where the Minister of Finance is saying there are no money. That former finance minister, where they're getting the money from. I don't know whether he's satisfied with the job he did in landing this country where it is today. So I'm saying, all I want is I don't take too much of your time. He cannot follow in vain of India, because India has been very unsuccessful as a Minister of Finance. He has to chart a new path. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Certainly, I think there are a few people who want to continue along that line of almost austerity that was continually fed to us. Above all, there is a climate of respect. There's a climate of appreciation and respect between the working class and the government at this point in time. Is good faith, and that augurs well for your country. I've heard people speak about it as well, the positive effect in terms of when your workers are happy and their productivity. Morning, Kingsley. Welcome.
Yes, man. I must say good morning. I don't know if you hear me good here.
Yeah. I hear you pretty decent.
Yes, sir. Well, good. I must say good morning to the listening public. And I want to tell management staff at this program here, at this time, this program needs an extra hour. It's becoming one of the #1 morning program from 6 to 8. And we need to go from 6 to 9. And I know that.
Hey, behave yourself now, boy. Who tell you I want all that work, boy? What's wrong with you?
But you have to get all that work. That's too early for you to lead it. You know what I mean?
I feel the line breaking up right now, you know. I feel I'm losing this call, you know. What's going on with you, boy?
I have also calling for the great party to get the information on this program at this time. Because yes, it is an independent program. Doesn't have a program for all on this time, but this program have a base of our UNC supporters here. So I'm hoping that any information from the Minister of Sports, the Minister of Works, will reach on this program here, because this program here, it have a base of our UNC callers that be on this program here at this time. And you know, I am the king of the airwave. This program is one of the leading program on 91.9, and the program starts from 12. It's the second leading program, because I do my survey. When I walk the streets, people say, Kingsley, I hear you. I say, where you hear me on? I hear you on Baka. I hear you on the boys and them from 12 o'clock. So I know people are listening, and the program's gone before. I help and build many programs. Get Aisha was the #1 program on the radio. Sean Fix the #1 program. Pastor Google #1 program. And I am building this program. You yourself know I'm building this program behind your back. You know what I mean? So I am saying to the UNC, I know many of the UNC supporters will also endorse me and support me, that this is where we listen to. At this time, I am asking for any information against Minister of Public Utilities, Minister of Works, Minister of Housing. It is here where you have to put the ads. The ads have to be here. So I didn't want to say it for the last few days, but I know sometimes it have something to speak about. It doesn't get time to say it. I said, let me say it early before I get into my main mission. And as I goes very fast, I see I see a woman by a agency building making allegation against the people and them. I have no problem. My problem only is she doing the right thing by highlighting the grass and the buildings dilapidated.
Right. I didn't see that. That was yesterday. Yeah. When was it?
Yeah. Yesterday I got it on my phone.
Okay.
I take but she's some campaign, but as I said, I understand the grass and them growing.
Yeah.
I understand the plants and them, but when I start to make allegation about who thief money, I'm not going down that road. As I said, I see the grass, I see the potatoes, but she makes some allegation. I can't support it. I can support the grass with growing around the plants and them.
Yeah.
The plants and them need fixing. I do endorse that.
Yeah.
I want to tell the Minister of Housing and the Ministry that get down to work, get down to these communities, them Maloney, Lakota, Wall Street, Duncan Street.
Yeah, the HGC workers and other people who are responsible for those. Yes. Yeah, we have to get them going.
We have to get them going and get them working on these projects and them, because yes, we know we could don't see and many grass going about the place and them thing need maintenance, because CPF used to maintain many schools around the country. You know. They used to be by many schools, many stations, be by many housing schemes. And now they think, I want to tell the government again, this country hold only on a higher standard than the PNM. What the PNM could get away with, the UNC cannot get away with in this country. Do not study Philip Alexander talking about there's more East Indian here in this country. Philip Alexander need to go and go now. The Africans is who put the UNC there in power in 2025. It's the Africans who stay home and they did not come out and vote for the PNM. It's the Africans who were disgranted with the PNM went and vote for the UNC. I am calling for apology because it is a racist statement. There's no doubt about it. It is a racist statement. So because when you go to ethnic and who ethnic is the more, this country not deal with no ethnic. We're not dealing with that. We're dealing with country. And Philip Alexander needs to be removed from the Senate. I am calling. I don't care nobody say, because I love me East Indian people and them, and I will never go down that road and say this is an Indian country or African country, wherever. This is Trinidad and Tobago. There's no mother India. There's no people. The Africans just say, Kingsley, how you could say there's no mother Africa? My African people just come behind me for that. I understand me? But I believe in country. I believe in patriot. I believe in this country before I believe in any other country. I might like other country, but I believe in it because I born here. I never born in a hospital in Africa. I born in a hospital in Trinidad and Tobago, General Hospital. So my paper mark up Trinidad and Tobago, my ID card. So people say Kingsley boy, I don't have that and what I don't deal with them kind of thing. So again, I am calling on the right thinking people in the UNC. They need to remove that madman, that loose cannon from the parliament. I thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt here. I didn't even want to put in to way saying too much either. But just we want to ask as well, holiday or no holiday as well. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
I was going to tell Kingsley that, this program is not UNC or PNM. This program is people who gravitate to what makes sense for Trinidad and Tobago. That is what it's about. So
yes. I endorse.
Yeah,
I agree with.
Blessings, man, and welcome.
He most times give a fair contribution, and I want to agree with him this morning in having you until 9 o'clock. I know you'll find out so much hard work, but you are in the man. I want to agree with Kingsley's entire contribution this morning.
Some other work to go and do after, boy. What happened to all behave now?
You see, we like good thing. We know good thing. You're feeding the population. They're getting a kind of thing that we are not accustomed to get. Your kind of nice is what is required to make things nice. You understand? So, let me compliment you again for a nice job being done. And kudos to the gold and silver. I take note that in 2012, I think, and now Kamala is in power again. She should strike again. Keep taking note of these things, and I wish those guys good luck. And you keep on keeping on strong, my brother.
Holiday or no holiday? What do you think we should?
I don't endorse the holiday. Right. I think it takes too much from the country. But, Tanti Kamala will already contribute and give them something. Everyone will allow me to play and have some of the schools and on our way and do what the boys in one time. But the holiday thing, it took too much from the country.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, my brother, what going on? Morning.
Well, I must say congratulations to Kishan Walcott and Dream Richard.
Man, yeah.
For bringing home gold and silver. That is a blessing. I must say congratulations to the PNM activists and them who cuss and say the worst about the UNC. and they're getting through. And the true activists and the true supporters who fight and toil, they're telling me to hold on.
That was going on?
That was going on. Look, my little simple thing. Like I see a man who was fighting and toiling with me, doing big contract and trying to papi show me and telling me, here I get 3 grand. Yes, you here I get 3 grand. 3 grand can buy me. I will walk. I want to maintain my family, my 2 daughters, my daughter going to school. I want to put her money in, make sure she get proper educations.
Right.
So a man like KFC who fight and toil, nobody ain't calling me. I call him my MP now, they ain't answering again. They took everything, they take. You can't even know if they see a message. All the time they see my message, they fire up. As they get there, they forget KFC.
But you just call, you just
waiting.
You just call them every day.
Either fighter. I know how to live. I cost PNM for the last 9 years. And God bless me with a roof over my head under the PNM government.
Yeah.
And as a supporter of the UNC, and there's nothing happening. Because I went so by social development, everything in my favor is a run around thing. Like I see Dolly, who every protest I did, bringing water, this, that thing in there. Right now you have a big contract going on right in front of Shogun police station. But yeah, I get 3 things I'm trying to papi show me. I watch it and see what's going on. I'm more to say. I put enough mass. Bless who vex lost. Because all you say, hold on, them eating and drinking food and papi show you. So they talk good and be of a go on to KFC and try to assist him. Because he's a man real fight and real toil. He's a loyalist. But like loyalty don't pay. You have to be disrespectful because the disrespectful one getting through, you know. Them all reject PNM and them. Yeah. I God. I'm watching the game.
Good morning. Morning, caller.
Good morning. First time caller.
Oh, welcome, yes. Man. Welcome.
All right. I heard a caller, about 3 callers are back. And you're speaking about the economy, the Minister of Finance, and the performance of the past Minister Imbut.
Yeah.
I just want to put in a couple cents here. Now, a Minister of Finance does not have a printing press. He cannot print money. We must make that clear. The money the minister spends is the money collected from taxes. It is only taxes that government uses to run an economy.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems in this country is white-collar crooks and criminals. For the last 15 years, the PNM has been begging the UNC to put in a system in place to let these crooks and criminals know that if you steal the government money, we are going to put you in jail. That was called the TTRA, the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue. The IMF and the World Bank, more than 15 years ago, realized that the government was only collecting 60% of all collectible revenue. It means 40% was out there in the wind. And at that point in time, the 40% was estimated at $30 billion every year. It's a little less right now. The point is simply this. If the state does not collect money, they cannot spend it. Anytime the state is spending money which is not collecting, it means they are borrowing. Now what happens with borrowing? You increase the national debt. And when you increase the national debt, you interfere with your credit rating. I'm sure you've heard of a society called Moody's. Moody's give you a credit rating to use internationally. If your credit rating is bad, it means that your entrepreneurs in the country who have to purchase from abroad, they will have a worse conditions in getting goods into the country because your credit ratings are bad.
Yeah,
So
and it will also
that's-
have an impact on your ability to further borrow.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. Right? So the Minister of Finance has to do a balancing act.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. If I was Minister of Finance and I had access to money, I would have been the most popular man in the country, you know. What? I would have given people so much of things. They would have loved me. But you hate Mr. Imbut because he didn't have. And the question the country have to ask itself, why is it that the UNC does not want a revenue authority in the country to properly collect the taxes?
Yeah.
Why is it that we allow those businessmen in the country who are continuing to steal our money, right, and use it to do what they want with it?
Yeah,
if the country to be the state that it is.
Yeah, if I could engage you, I think the argument is that the TTRA was not fit for purpose and that it was not suitable in the form that it was being portrayed to be able to stop this white-collar crime in absconding from taxes. I think that was more of the matter. And I think that the UNC would have also advanced that they can deal with that problem of people escaping the tax net without that structural change to a TTRA. It's not that they do not want to collect these taxes that may be falling through the gaps, but that system and that entire change was not necessary. I think that's the argument. But
let me just get a little more inside here.
Yeah.
In 2009, Mr. Manning proposed it, and the very same argument that you put forward was put forward by Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
Right,
He said, when I get inside, I will fix it.
Yeah.
When she got inside in 2010, the situation got worse.
Right.
It got worse, and she did not implement anything to fix it then. What is she going to implement to fix it now? Let me tell you something. Barbados had the same problem. They placed a TTRA, and it's much better for them. Jamaica had the same problem. They put in a TTRA, it's better for them. Canada had to do the same thing, a TTRA. You see, sorry, not a TTRA, a revenue authority, sorry, they wouldn't have a TTRA.
Yeah.
But the point
Not a revenue authority or whatever change in the revenue authority, because there is an authority responsible for collecting at the moment. But
yes,
it
that
is
same
changes.
authority,
Yeah.
if you allow me, that same authority, the same authority that Barbados had,
Yeah.
is the same authority that Jamaica had. And they realized that it was archaic. The systems were not so suited to collect the taxes that they needed to collect.
Right.
And they followed the suggestion of the World Bank and the IMF to implement the revenue authority.
Yeah.
And they have a much better system today. So I would only say this to you. A minister of finance cannot spend money that he does not have.
Correct,
He could
for
borrow,
sure.
but he has to be prudent in borrowing. Because if he borrows too much, push the national debt up too much, we in another crisis. Okay? Thank you for giving me the time.
Yeah, yeah. And I agree with what you're saying. Thank you very much. And it is something for us to look at in the future in terms of the revenue authority and the effects thereof as well. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. Boy, I listen to that man there just now, and he remind me of the days. Just let me just turn off this thing here, boy. This thing. Right, I listened to him there just now, and he remind me of when PNM was running thing. Anything with PNM is doom and gloom. This government we are here now, we have hope. We're not saying they're perfect, they're not doing everything right, but at least we have hope. With PNM is doom and gloom. And yes, you're right with saying about the finance minister can't spend what he don't have. He correct with that. So when Imbert was there, he spent what he had. Rowley gone with how much million? The ministers get how much increase? How much money they give in Forex to the 1%? And all these different things that happening. Money spent in all other areas, but not for the poor. We was left to suffer. So yes, I agree with him that the finance minister could only spend what he have. But what he have, what he's spending.
How he spends it, how he allocates it is the issue.
Is how he allocated.
Yeah.
Now, my partner KFC boy, oh gosh boy. you come out and you bust the mark, mouth open to you jump out. You them fix you and you cross the floor. They're something like a water cross back again.
Holiday or no holiday for Kishon and they, what do you think?
No holiday. Because when they come, we could get them a little something, you know, how they just do it. And no holiday. The only time they just know them is when they achieve something. They don't get them, they don't have them to achieve. But when they achieve something, they want them mama guide them on holidays and them trippers. We not at them thing after them 1962 politics thing change, you know. But I'm coming back to my partner KFC. UNC, make sure and get that man something. That man toil and that man bad talk people for all year. Right? Make sure and get that man have plenty enemies because he's supporting all year. He's not my friend, but all you get that man something. And to the people and them who go into ministers and bad talking, man, all you stop them little children thing. Because the bigger people getting thing, you know. And the man suffering.
Thank you very much,
man.
man.
He's a voice in the wilderness. Listen to him. And to that last caller we call it, you see you and your PNM rhetoric, keep that to yourself. We don't want that. We're not on backward thing. We're on forward movement. And I have hopes in the UNC, like you want the UNC to show you the hand. When you're playing poker, you don't show your hand. So keep out of that. Stay with your bodies, and leave let me run the show. As a matter of fact, KFC, I hope you're supporting me now, you know. I tell you, let me look for a third party from now. I hope you're supporting me. That's what we have to do now. Them 1962 politics, we're not on that no more. Onward, forward, backward, never. Have a blessed morning.
Hello.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Baker. Yes, I listened to Philip Alexander the other day, and I don't understand how the Prime Minister keeps him, Anil Roberts, and David Nackett in her party. You see, them three, they could bring down our government. Because, I mean, Philip Alexander is so disrespectful. It is amazing. And really, he has not. So, because could you be a minister and you on your stage cussing people? That's why tall Lappy Beckles, he feels so that how you're going, how your job going, and his response was, he feels so underutilized. Mrs. Bissetta, why you have men in the ministry, 3 ministers, a PS is who runs ministry, the minister is just political help. Some of them have a clue what the ministry is all about. Common and secretary runs the ministry, and you have 3 ministers? Good Lord. But you see, Philip Alexander, I don't know what Ricky holding for the Prime Minister, because I can't understand a man who did a video disrespected Kamala Prasad say she can't leave, so weak. On here the word he used in his last video before the election. She's unelectable, and ta-da! She became the Prime Minister. And that man took a job. She offered him a job. He went and worked. He's working with a Prime Minister who can rule weak. Nah, man. But if she don't want to see, she says she go this one head and bust this one head. Well, she had 3 heads to bust. I rest my case. Have a blessed.
Sorry about that. Thank you very much as well. And that also speaks to the strength of the woman in dealing with sometimes challenging individuals in certain ways, right? I think they have been able to curtail themselves to a certain extent, and greater work has to be done.
Well, I realize that you have a very short time, so
Yes.
One day, please God, I'll deal more extensively, with your permission, with Mr. Estel. I am the question about. Listen, when you listen to those renowned economists in Trinidad and Tobago, Sajiwan Ali, you listen to Mariano Brown, you listen to Hossein, you listen to all these economists. You take an economy where you had a reserve of almost $11 billion, and today your reserve is almost zero. And you telling me that is good economic man, as a Minister of Finance, that is good performance? You telling me you run an economy where today you borrow, and nothing wrong with borrowing, but if you borrow in order to put into productive sector of the economy, so you're able to get profit out of it or surplus out of it. You don't borrow just to go and put up building all over the place. You don't borrow money to go and lend to people to go and build some what they call toilet paper factory all over the place. The question about it, no part in the Caribbean, no part in England, you would have a Minister of Finance performing so poorly, and all those people get him very poor review. We know that. I live here. I live under different people who manage the economy, Wendell Motley. He was a good economist. Even this guy they call from Point Forte, Selby Wilson, all these people, even Quaitung was better than him. And you coming to tell me about this man has no big. In fact, in the first place, people tell you couldn't take an engineer, a civil engineer, to go and run a Ministry of Finance. No experience, no understanding of economics. Everybody told you that, and you put him there, and you satisfied. So you insisted that he should have remained there, and this country should have be going down further and further. No change, no improvement. What kind of country is this?
Yeah.
You have to, when you have people not performing, you have to shuffle them or reshuffle them. It happens. You look this lady in England today, right? She was the minister of the Chancellor of the Exchequer. But it has to do with her personal failures or whatnot. She's gone. But that is how, if you can't get the job done, if you can't resuscitate or get you can't take something from 10 and bring it to 0, and you telling me about that man is a great man? That is why Trinidad where it is today. That is the kind of thinking that brought this country down. People you had Ministry of National Security, people not performing, you have them there. You have people in sport, champagne from Tobago, no sport, nothing in sport, and you have them there. You believe in non-achievement. You believe in damaging this country. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're out of time, so yeah, thank you very much. I think Mr. Imbert will be remembered for his inclination towards apathy, right? His attitude towards the common man, as reflective in his personality. And what we went through, and maybe what some people appreciate is what they think is conservative economic policy, right? But that conservative attitude bordered on apathy towards the population, in the sense that it brought a level of austerity and hardship. If we remember his communications with the working class and others, which really did not augur well for our economy, and really did not augur well for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. The allocations were available for the increase of Prime Minister and others' pay, but it was not available for things that would have impacted the lives of the citizens in a meaningful manner. So, I understand his perspective in terms of thinking that you don't want to spend more than you have, but a lot was spent and a lot was borrowed as well, with negative impact to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and that is not the policy of this this new administration, even though we are in challenging, difficult economic times. All right, so we out of time. Blessings to everybody. Thank you very much. I think on this program, the views in terms of our holiday are not so necessarily a new holiday for these achievements, but we do want to obviously celebrate in a special way those achievements. Blessings to everyone, and God willing, we'll be back next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
A biblical perspective, and you will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, "He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you?"